Y'all, whenever there is a scammer, a walking embodiment, red flag personified on the internet, shitty influencer in general, Mama Tot seems to be lurking in the background, ready to support and platform them. And today I want to talk about 2 examples of that. So let's go ahead and discuss how I think, in my opinion, Mama Tot, also known as Ophelia on TikTok, really should probably be a little bit less reckless with whores. No, what? With her giant platform.
I know, it's freaking dark.
On the surface, Mama Tot is known for being a Southern mama that you always wanted. Listen, I hadn't watched her content in so long, but even after checking out her content again the other day, she reminds me of my mom. She really does remind me of like a 20 years younger version of my mom. Because she's like, what, 40 something and my mom's 60 something. But she posts supportive, uplifting, generally just like overall wholesome content. Really, that makes you just want to pull up a chair, grab a bag of boiled peanuts, and just keep on scrolling and watching her content, right? Makes you feel seen.
I'm gonna sit with you. I brought you a donut. I know you can't eat it, but if I tell you where to get these, you can go get some. These are those cake donuts, and they're my favorite. I love these. Anyway, I thought we could just eat it together. And I know that June 14th, be here before you know it, and that'll be 2 years for Mr. Hill. So I thought that we could have a sit down now, and maybe you can save this video and rewatch it again on the 14th. Those first years, I swear, are probably the hardest. Of course, I ain't seen the other years yet to talk about them, but I know the first and the second one was hard.
What could be wrong, girl? She's just being funny.
Hey, welcome to Sip It or Dip It. Well, we forgot if we're going to sip it or dip it in the trash. So this is Dough Ball Birthday Cake Whiskey. Okay, give it the smell test. Let's see. That smells like good vanilla. Cheers, my tater tot. Let's see if it's a sip or a dip. This is a sip. Peanut butter dough ball, birthday cake whiskey. Just like the peanut butter style, the birthday cake, just as good.
She's just being a little bit chronically online too. She's ready to talk about it with you. Pull up a chair, let's go.
I know, baby. I know. I wish I could take everything from you that hurts. All of it. But I can't. I probably can't make it better. I'll try. But I can't. And probably ain't nothing I can say, but I can sit with you so you don't have to be alone.
And that's all fine and dandy. Love that. However, if you are going to be supportive of a certain individual on the internet, when you have such a large platform like Ophelia does, it is so important to understand who that person is. And hey, we don't always know who people are on the internet, right? They could be a really crappy person and we don't find out until later. But that's why it's so important, even more important, to come back online and be like, hey, remember when I talked about this? Maybe we shouldn't. Maybe like I don't support them anymore and like you guys shouldn't either. You know, let's first start with Dr. Kenny Smiles.
This dentist is a creep.
This was someone I could not go to for my teeth because of the way he treats other people and talks to women.
How you talk to people, how you sexually harass women, that's not okay.
Dr. Kenny Smiles owns a dental practice in Texas called Smile Dental. He's amassed over 700,000 followers on TikTok. A lot of people are coming forward with stories describing Dr. Kenny as being a scumbag and a predator.
I have no words for how he acts and treats people and the sexual harassment he does to women and the words he uses, not caring what somebody else feels. It's baffling to me.
Do you speak English? Damn, she is my lover. I wasn't expecting that.
You know what's hilarious? My own dentist hates Dr. Kenny Smiles and his bedazzled jeans. That man makes me so uncomfortable. He has no business being in anybody's mouths, even though that is quite literally his business. That's one person I don't want in my mouth. Actually, I don't want anyone in my mouth other than my husband. What's happening? I don't know. This took a turn. In 2022, Mama Tot went viral again after partnering with TikTok famous dentist Kenneth Wilstead, aka Dr. Kenny, who offered to fix her teeth for free.
While the rest of the world is pulling teeth and telling them that they need implants, I love saving them. I find the most complex cases that everyone is told, sorry, we can't help you. And I say, I can. So I'm excited to join up with Mama Tot, and I was really excited to give 3 of her followers a new smile.
This gift to somebody that truly needs it.
I'm going to open up a hashtag on Instagram. So all you have to do is go to your own Instagram page and then use the hashtag MamaTotSmiles. Go ahead and put a video in there and kind of talk a little bit about what you've been experiencing, with the smile that you have and how much it would mean to get a new smile. And actually, Mama Tot's going to pick the 3 winners.
So far, so good, right? However, shortly after this glowing endorsement, multiple allegations surfaced accusing Dr. Kenny of sexual misconduct, sending clothing optional appointment invites to female patients, and acting inappropriately with vulnerable women on camera.
You ever kiss a guy in those?
Yeah, I boyfriend every day.
You kiss your boyfriend with those in? Yeah, you're going to get fucked for the first time for sure. Yeah, those are disgusting. Oh, fuck.
I said be nice.
These fucking people. How did you even get through? How old are you?
34.
34 and you've been walking around like that?
I know.
She's married too.
My husband says I look great every day.
Your husband?
This video is for Dr. Kenny's.
Mama Tot had publicly praised him, encouraged her audience to go see him, and while she did eventually backpedal and said that she could no longer support him, the damage was done.
I appreciate every single thing that Dr. Kenny has done for a lot of people, and I know that he has changed lives in such a beautiful way. Such a beautiful way. And I will always be grateful and thankful for what he did for the 3 people that won the Mama Tot Smiles. I will forever be thankful, and so will they. And I am not speaking for they. I am speaking for me. But after what I just saw, I can no longer publicly support Dr. Kenny.
People trusted her and by extension trusted him. Now the second person that I want to talk about that Mama Tot has supported, maybe not as publicly, but she has had a working relationship with them. And it doesn't seem like she has publicly denounced this person. And that person is Janette Braun of Braun IP Law. You might know her as Janet. You might know her from this video, or this video, or this video, or hey, this one.
My name is Janette Braun. I'm an Illinois bar member and I handle civil matters at the federal level. I am a federal civil attorney. As part of my practice, I handle intellectual property matters. Intellectual property rights and powers are bestowed upon everybody in the United States through the U.S. Constitution itself, Article 1, Section 8. This makes any issues that are raised under your intellectual property rights a federal level issue. Again, Janette Braun here, federal civil attorney.
She's also the IP lawyer who represented people such as Bunny XO. Bunny has since cut ties with her professionally and fired her. Janette Braun is currently, weirdly enough, still suing Lily Marston of the Do We Know Them podcast, saying that, to my understanding, when I read through the documents, it was Lily's fault that Bunny and other people fired her. But it was like, Janet, I'm the reason. Well, it's your own actions. But if it was anyone else's fault other than your own, it was mine. What? Lily had nothing to do with that situation. What are you doing? Watch now. She's going to sue me. I'd love it. I wouldn't. That would cause so much stress in my life and wasted time and wasted money. But I'd love it. I'd make way too much content about it. Anyways, Janette Braun is known for, in my opinion at least, and this is what I associate her with, is using false copyright claims and false privacy claims and things like that across many, many platforms in order to get certain content taken down. Sorry, we had to take a little brief intermission, but I am back. So, as I was saying, because I don't know where I left off, but Janette Braun, or Janet as we lovingly call her, has been quite dubious, in my opinion, in regards to using and abusing, in my opinion, the different reporting systems that are available across multiple social media platforms, including using privacy claims and copyright strikes and things like that, even though people just talking about you isn't copyright infringement and does not warrant a copyright takedown or claim or strike on anyone's channel or content or anything like that. But as you can see from the now public documents from the Copyright Claims Court that Janette Braun was most recently involved in, it doesn't really seem like she knows what copyright is, but a lot of her clients, in one of my videos, actually the main video I did on her, I went over the web of clients that she's had. And some of them back then still believed whatever the hell she was telling them in regards to copyright and if anyone talks about you or even posts a picture of you, you can have it taken down. That's not how that works at all. Commentary, news, opinions, things like that. I mean, that's covered under fair use. And if you don't know about that, please do some Googling, okay? Please. I would appreciate it. But Ophelia Mama Tot is no stranger to benefiting from Janette Braun's tomfoolery. Many of Janette Braun's clients, but specifically Mama Tot and Bunny XO, but Mama Tot is who we're talking about today, have somehow had their Reddit snark pages taken down. And listen, do I frequent some snark pages for, topics and content and things like that for my job and for my videos? Absolutely, I do. Do I think that some people need to calm down and get a life? Or there's some people who like the things they post are really concerning or just like don't make any sense. And it's like, you're mad someone got a boob job? Like, what's wrong with you? Grow up. Like, what? Are you okay? You're clearly not. Get a life. But there's a difference between calling someone out for their problematic behavior and like raising awareness when it comes to like unethical stuff and influencers and all that and like lies and, putting it all down so people are aware. And then just like being someone who's like harassing a public figure. There's a complete difference there. Doxing them, threatening them, and like clearly spreading misinformation and stuff like that. Okay. But having like entire threads taken down under the guise of copyright strikes when that is clearly false. Like if someone posts a picture of you and they are not claiming it as their own or themselves, and they are simply being like, hey, this person right here, like this is what happened, blah, blah, wouldn't you want them to add context? Like it makes no sense to me, man. But those Ophelia snark pages are no stranger to the wrath of Janette Braun. Now, after benefiting from and supporting Janette Braun, and after sending her followers over to Dr. Kenny Smiles, we can fast forward over to the Elizabeth Tekkenrock saga of the internet. The cupcake mom that came on the internet and cried into her cupcake tins because she just wanted to make cupcakes so that her kids could wish her a happy birthday. I'm just a single mom who needs help. Well, we know how that has turned out. Yikes. So if you don't know about Elizabeth Tekkenrock, dear God, girl, where have you been? You must be new here. It's insane. So quick recap, Elizabeth Tekkenrock is a serial con artist who lives in the Tampa Bay area, local to me. Unfortunately for her, if you want to watch any of my videos on her, go for it. I'll have some link down below from the Do We Know Them podcast as well, and including their ones about Janette Braun and Kenny Smiles too, because they covered all that as well. But then also the Eliesabeth podcast. I will have the Spotify link down below for that, or just the link tree for it maybe, because then it has all of the links on there. But the ELIESabeth podcast is all about, it's produced and co-hosted by me and Sherilyn Dale. It's all about Elizabeth Tekkenrock, who, like I said, is a serial con artist. She somehow she's hot, so, but she conned this man, Andrew, into marrying her. And then they had just a toxic marriage and she lied to him constantly. They got pregnant twice, had two beautiful little girls, and she stole allegedly lots and thousands of dollars from him and made him like lose half of his business basically. And I guess he was just an easy mark. No offense, Andrew, but if you don't stop falling for these scams, I swear to God, I'm going to lock you in your basement. He doesn't have a basement, he lives in Florida, but still.
The only way for me to expose him is to tell the whole truth about every single thing that has happened and everything that he has done to me from the day that I met him, when we got married, the abuse that I was put into, the truth about Scientology and what that means.
So Elizabeth came on and said that he was abusive and, played that victim card, and then continued to slander him and say that he's like a Scientologist and all this other shit, all while she's being exposed and now investigated by multiple law enforcement agencies and organizations. But she also had been scamming and conning multiple elderly men out of upwards of $2 or $3 million, conning multiple of her friends out of money, saying that she was booking a Bahamas trip, and then also faking cancer multiple times. So while all of that is like being silenced by her and her ridiculous dumb minions, I know it's not nice for me to call them dumb because like they are being manipulated by her, but when all of the facts and information are out there, like how can you still believe and trust her? It makes no sense. Like that's delusion. But who comes out and says that they support her with their massive TikTok following? Mama Tot. Who comes out here and I'll, if we can find the video because I've been searching for it all morning, but we'll play it here. Who comes out and says, I don't care what anyone else says. She said this, she said this, she said this, that ex-husband's abusive, whatever. Like giving this serial con artist more credibility and then yet never coming back and talking about it, never going back on it. And if you make a mistake, if you have one take, then you receive more information. Once you receive more information and have more information and look at those facts, it's okay to change your opinion, girl, that's encouraged. But it comes down to like toxic positivity, I think. The toxic positivity and just like playing ignorance. And also the TikTokification of having this massive following, but then not really realizing the power of it. And obviously, yes, she understands what her audience can do and what her platform can do and the positive it can do. But that lack and disconnect between you and your audience and that power that you wield having that giant audience, because it can happen so fast. And with TikTok, these are, I mean, social media in general, but with TikTok, these are everyday people who are going viral. And, you know, you're just a normal person one day, and then a month later, you're a social media influencer getting so much money for a brand deal or something like that, right? And then also another little tidbit here is that allegedly Mama Tot was supporting Johnny Depp, you know, in the time of Depp versus Heard. Now, I do want to say this is that a lot of people will take the whole, you know, abuse allegations and them having a toxic relationship. Personally, I think in that, like, both of them suck, obviously. But a lot of people will take someone saying like, no, what she did was slander and that was defamation. And that's what that case was about. And I do agree with that. But then also there's nuance there. Two things can be true at once. What she did was slander. What she did was defamation. But then also further than that, they were clearly abusive to each other. And also, like I said before in a previous video, randomly, I don't even know why. Oh, I think I said it in my Elon Musk video. Go watch that video, please. It's very good. But Amber Heard is off living her best life, being a mom, being happy, and like has disappeared from society. So happy for her. Also, she actually slayed in Aquaman 2. Okay, girl, I watched that and might have just been like the postpartum hormones when it came out, but I watched it and that like bellowing like scream that she lets out when they realize like the antagonist of the movie took their son. I felt it deep in my loins. What are loins? Is that my thighs? Is that my ovaries? It's none of my business. Anyways, so I think that's interesting. And I do understand where abuse victims or survivors, rather, I am a survivor of that as well, can, you know, have the thought process of like, oh, well, let's always, you know, trust and believe and give a voice to the survivors, the people who are alleging abuse, you know, with whatever they're saying. Of course, yes. However, if there is like a clear pattern of manipulation and lies and someone looking up how to fake bruises on photos, like, come on. So I do think it's a pattern of Mama Tot wanting to do good and just like always believing people who are positioning themselves as victims are also people who want to do good, but then not possibly being able to like differentiate who is actually a good person and who isn't, and who deserves her help and support and to be, you know, propped up by her and who doesn't. But still, I do think that, you know, she herself should be held accountable for that when it's like, hey, you're exposing your audience and others to these shitty people, and that's important for you to then take accountability for it, but then also, you know, correct yourself a bit. And of course, hey, I don't think she's a shitty person. I don't like wish ill will against her. I want everyone to do good, be good, all that. Don't want anyone to be scammed, be hurt, do scamming, anything like that, right? But I think there's something to be said for my opinion of her being reckless with her big ass following and then just being like, oh, well, I'm just on the internet. Let's go get some boiled peanuts and I'm tired. I don't know. Anyways, this was a very random video, I know, but I had been wanting to make a video about it since this topic has been talked about multiple times in relation to the Elizabeth Tekkenrock saga of it all. And I think that that's important. So subscribe, like, and comment and all those things. I hope y'all have a great rest of your day, night, weekend, whenever you're watching this. If there is a scammer, a shitty influencer, anyone that you want me to do a video on, please, please, please email me and give me your like elevator pitch or some links or whatever of why you want me to do a video on it, why I should, blah, blah, blah. And you can send that to Chelsea@ChelseaSuarez.com or put it in the comments. And if you see, you know, you go through and you see someone suggested me to do one, like it, comment on it. I second this, I third this, blah, blah, blah. Also, hey, give yourself a pat on the back and like tell me something you're proud of that you've done. I am proud that I have not cried today. I almost did, but you know what? Being a toddler mom is really fucking hard. My kid's been bullying me. Anyways, yeah, if you're subscribed, your butt looks good. If you're not, you're dead to me. Stay spicy, stay feral, stay assertive, stay hot. You hot bitch. Okay, bye.